Hey, this is Peachy.
I'm Moose.
This is Sudan.
And we'd like to take a moment to thank our original launch site, Anchor.fm, who's helped to enrich this podcast in many ways. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast.
Anchor.fm offers educational tools on how to get started in social media and has not only given our show, stapled together, several platforms to choose from for your listening enjoyment, but continues to offer helpful tips and avenues for growth along the way. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
With an easy, hassle-free method for uploading, you can add your podcast episodes to Anchor.fm's extensive library, available for listening on several popular streaming services, letting listeners choose a favorite platform. And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast.
That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad.
Go to anchor.fm/start to get started today.
Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Stay Together Podcast for the release week of December, no it's May, lose track of time in quarantine, so May 20th.
Yeah.
Yes. Episode 70, I am Sudan.
I'm Peachy.
And I'm Moose.
Okay, we're going to jump right into the news segment, cue news music.
News.
Okay, now uncue news music.
No news is like good news, it's like bad news, it's like news.
Where'd your guitar go? You brought a guitar down and I never saw you bring it back up.
I did bring it back up, and I can't play it anymore because my fingers hurt.
Ah.
Is that from gripping your pages on your comic books too hard?
I don't grab my pages with my left hand, so no.
So,
like you hold
I
it.
don't grab it, I hold it.
So, who's news first?
Always Peachy.
yeah.
He was ready to go.
I was. I didn't know when things were going to happen, so that caught me off guard. But, so hey, you guys, if you're fans of the acclaimed Netflix series, originally helmed by proclaimed lead singer of Black Parade's.
That's so convoluted. Like already.
I'm like, is this clickbait?
Gerard Way, you guys. Gerard Way originated the stories and characters, or worked in collaboration with these characters and such. I think maybe his brother, Mikey. No. Oh, that's just new stuff like Doom Patrol and whatever that he jumped in on.
It's just Collapser.
Oh, Collapser. That's what it was. But the teaser trailer for season 2 dropped, which was pretty dang cool.
Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, Umbrella Academy. Yeah, sorry, Umbrella Academy. That's what I'm talking about. You guys knew already. You knew when I said Gerard Way. Everybody knew.
Yeah, everyone knew.
Yeah. So the teaser trailer for season 2 dropped. I have not seen the series. I've not seen season 1, not a single bit. Well, maybe.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
You
tiny.
saw the entire last episode.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Whether you were paying attention or not, you saw it.
I did see it. I know how that happens. I remember all that. But yeah, I've yet to pay attention and watch the series. I'm a little more excited to do so. I showed Bambi the trailers. She really loved them. They involved a lot of dancing. Go check them out. Ooze made me watch the season 1 trailer and then the season 2 trailer or teasers. One right after the other, and it was great to see. Not to spoil too much, but a bit of what our heroes are up to in quarantine.
Yes.
So that was a lot of fun. So for you guys that are excited about the Umbrella Academy in season 2, it'll be returning to Netflix July 31st of this year. Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching. We're gonna be watching soon. I already talked to Bambi, and yep, it's on the list.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. What do you got for us?
So back when we started doing the podcast and the news for the podcast, Pop Culture News, we had discussed how excited we all were for a specific TV show to start in the Flash Arrow universe, which was Batwoman.
Oh, right.
And the casting for that character, which was Ruby Rose, which I was very excited for. But in recent days, we have found out...
We all never watched.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to give it a go, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But...
recently, we have found out that Ruby Rose is leaving the show.
Yeah.
As Kat Kane.
Yeah. Kate Kane?
Kate Kane. It's been a long day.
It has.
Kate Kane, which is a thing. They're supposed to be recasting her, which doesn't make sense. I think if they went more with... anyways, we'll get into that in a second, actually. The reason behind her leaving the show was the long hours, the extensive work, which is very confusing because on her Instagram all the time, constantly posting how much she enjoyed it and enjoyed the cast and enjoyed what she was doing and just loved the show in general.
Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of that.
Which just sucks. So that she's leaving and that she's decided to leave and not come back for season 2. But I think that it would make sense to not recast her, but to bring in possibly like Cassandra Cain.
I'm not familiar
with
that character.
A Batgirl, not Batwoman.
Oh.
That has been featured heavily in more recent Batman books.
That would be great. You know, that reminds me of something going on in Marvel TV and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. That would be great.
Mm-hmm. That'd be awesome to see more of her character.
Yeah.
But I think they should do a Earth 2 thing.
That too.
Where is Kate Kane? Where does she come about? Or not Kate Kane.
Cassandra Cain?
Cassandra Cain, I'm sorry.
That's a great question.
Oh, yeah?
Late 80s.
Yeah, late 80s, I've been told.
Okay.
This just in. Late 80s.
Just in within the news.
I was thinking, throwing a comparison to a lot of talk about Ghost Rider entering the MCU and a lot of talk about maybe Keanu Reeves playing the part of Ghost Rider. There's a lot of speculation for Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. I think he'd make an excellent Danny Ketch.
Right.
Which was, kind of a handoff of the Ghost Rider part, something kind of different.
It's really confusing to the old people because then, they'd be like, wasn't he John Constantine?
Yeah.
Yeah, the old people who know who John Constantine is.
And he's DC anyway, but...
Oh, we need to get to the comic book reviews! Sorry.
No, it's cool. But
I'm just very excited for the new comics that came out today. Anyways, that's my news.
I understand that she's been involved in TV series projects and such before.
Yeah.
But they had low episode runs and things like that.
Yeah,
she wasn't.
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah,
a total of 13 episodes rather than the 22-hour-long episodes of Batwoman.
Where she's the lead character.
Where she's the lead and it's action-packed and,
So she just kind of wasn't ready. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm sure money will talk.
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, hey, we'll see, But I kind of feel that she just wasn't ready for all of that, and I can kind of see wanting to keep herself open to other projects where she doesn't have to dedicate all of her time to the CW. You know, she
Yeah.
can go do other movies. She's been on a lot.
She was doing other movies during Batwoman, though, and they were all action movies, too. So I just don't understand.
Right.
It makes me upset. And she still hasn't said anything on her Instagram.
Right.
So, yeah.
All will be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, all will be well. Sorry. I use the inner Blue Lantern inside.
What you have for this week?
I have very exciting news.
Oh.
Very exciting indeed. Hold on, let me try that again. I have very exciting news.
Please, no.
Martian Manhunter is going to be involved.
I want death.
Oh no, fire, no. Announced via quarantined actors this week, Star Trek Discovery is going to see its first. We speculated on that a couple months ago, and not official until this last week.
Yes.
But
Right.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds, a spin-off of Star Trek Discovery featuring Pike Enterprise, the
Yes.
Captain Pike, led by
Anson
Anson Mount.
Man.
Number one,
He
Rebecca
was
Romaine
fantastic.
Stanis,
Yeah.
and Ethan Peck as Spock.
Woo!
Yeah. Rebecca Romaine rocked that number one role too, man. She was great.
This is going to be
Ethan
interesting.
Peck.
We're not sure if it's the continuing missions up to the point where Kirk takes over, or if it's going to be like explaining what was going on with them during the Klingon war. But
It doesn't matter because it's gonna be great.
It's going to
For
be
real.
Anson Mount in a not Marvel role, which is fantastic because he's great.
Yeah, if you haven't done so, do yourself a favor and at the very least check out the scene where they blend together the old series with the new concerning Pike and his future, and that is some fantastic cinematography. I really enjoyed that, how they did that on the show.
Well, there's a probe droid up there.
Yeah, there's a probe droid in the
For
corner.
like
Look
2
out!
weeks. Wrong stars.
But what I'm been hearing is people are really excited because apparently there's still a lot of canon Nazis out there worried about like Discovery creating plot holes and stuff. But I can say, following up the clicks, come on, son.
Come on, son.
Come on, son.
There are no plot holes. It all works just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Just
This
pay
isn't
attention.
Star Wars. This is Star Trek. There are far less plot holes.
And this is going to just allow us to further see these characters. We've only gotten one episode and now a season of Discovery to see some of these characters, and now we're like, and to see Spock kind of grow would be awesome to see where he becomes. So I'm like,
I was skeptical on Ethan Peck's portrayal of the character, but I mean, I was impressed. He showed very humanistic qualities while at the same time maintaining what everybody else has brought to it, is that Vulcan solidarity or whatever.
stoicism.
Yeah, stoicism. There you go. That's a good one.
With the human curiosity.
Yeah.
I love Spock.
Yeah.
Spock's pretty great. Yeah.
And they have promised that it will be uplifting, positive, bright future style stories that Star Trek has always been and still continues to be, even though there may be dark tones.
Yes.
There is still that tone there. You haters, get out of my fandom, toxic bastards.
Yeah, because regardless of anything that they've shown on new shows and everything, it's still a brighter future. It's still a unified future.
Yeah.
So, it's better than anything we've had. So, stop.
They've got a cure for COVID there.
Yeah.
Let's go there.
For
But
real.
that's my news. I'm excited to boldly
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Because
definitely.
now we've got Pike Prize, we've got Section 31, we've got Lower Decks, we've got Picard Season 2, we've got Discovery Season 3 and 4 coming. And then there's talk of another 2 series being planned.
Man.
A lot of talk of the Riker series and the Captain Worf series.
Nice.
So, who knows? And there's also the talk of the reunion series for Deep Space Nine.
Man, what a bright future for sci-fi.
Yeah.
You know, for Star Wars and Star Trek, you get your fantasy fill, you get your science-driven, fact-based. Oh man, that is so awesome! Oh, what a time to be alive! it's good.
Oh yeah, I don't mean to be. I'm like, yeah, what a time to be alive in quarantine. No, it's
something to look forward to after quarantine.
Yeah, definitely. Entertainment's huge, so you know,
we need
everybody
that.
needs it. Yeah.
So this thing needs to clear up so we can get these things now.
Agreed.
All right, well that's it for me. That's it for news. Good
news.
Yeah, except for what's his face is gonna play Boba Fett again, and he's gonna the clones and Jango Fett, and it's really cool because we're gonna see clones. He's gonna play Captain Rex as well. So Mandalorian season 2, smooth jazz with suit on and PG. All right. Cat's all passed out over there. She's just like, I'm done, guys. Comic book. Comic book. Review. Comic book. Review. It's a comic book review.
That's what it is.
All right, PG, what'd you have for us? You had a video game this week, right?
Yeah. No,
it's time for the comic review.
Yeah.
Comic book reviews.
Comic reviews.
Oh, somebody punch him. He's gone sticky. Or no, don't punch him. Just you're supposed to whack it because the record.
Yeah. Sudano was commenting earlier on how the cover to this graphic that I read looked a lot like a video game cover. It does, but
mind you, it is also still in the same position it's been. It's reflected off of a light and half covered by a hat. So it's only it looked like a strategy guide covered.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. There it is.
Yeah, this is the cover. It does actually, that's kind of a pretty good little, these are characters in this book.
Yeah. Kind
of wrap up kind of thing. But
it looks like a Punisher to the cover.
Yeah, it looks like a very angry.
Okay, so the crazy thing about this book, this run of books, according to Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, this run of books ran from, I think it was like January to June of 1986.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was alive.
I was not.
I was 4.
I was -10.
A lot of, when you look at they have all of the covers at the back of the book and whatever, but when you look at each of the covers, and I remember discussing one of this with a friend, this particular issue with a friend, the wrong year is on most of the comics. The first one says 1985 January, second one's 1985 February, third one's March 1985. Fourth one's April 1985, and the fifth one's May 1986.
Oh.
Yeah, which is just crazy. So yeah, I don't think it was a situation where they released, the last book a year later. I think there were just maybe some errors in the print of it. You never know with Wikipedia.
Right.
Or extra printings of books. Then they decided to keep that cover.
Well, so it started out as a miniseries, a Punisher miniseries, and it went through 1 through 5 of the Punisher series, and the series was titled Circle of Blood, and so basically that's the title.
I seriously thought you were going to say Circle of Blood.
But that's the title of the graphic. Awesome. Unparalleled art by Mike Zeck. He's definitely a unique artist. It's crazy. The faces that he gives the Punisher look very animated, but everybody else has an early McFarlane style to it,
okay.
which is pretty fun. the book itself is, as far as how it's written, is pretty dated.
Yeah.
You know, the story itself, I can definitely see Dolph Lundgren doing these things and whatnot back in whatever, 85 when it was. The graphic wasn't released until 88.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that was when I was 12 years old. So that would have been my first experience with the Punisher, and that's what the significance of this graphic is. I have not read it since then, but it was my introduction to the character, and inevitably I'm still collecting. I love it. I love the development throughout the years and everything. This story, it is very basic. It's got a war journal type of style. He's definitely more talkative in the, you know, whatever, in the not thought bubbles, but the context boxes?
No, the, not voiceover.
Captions.
Yeah, that's not what I was thinking. It starts with a C, though.
Yeah, I can't remember it, but...
Words.
Yeah.
Narrator.
Yeah,
Narration.
Yeah, when he's narrating, he's definitely more talkative. But when he does talk in this, it's definitely more of an older style, you know. He says super clever things. He talks about stuff. Punisher nowadays is a little more tight-lipped and just get the job done, and super stoic and whatever. But I can definitely see the appeal, to my 12-year-old self.
Right.
For this character, it was definitely somebody, I really dug a lot of those hero movies and vigilante movies. I want to say Charles Bronson, Dirty Harry kind of stuff and whatever, that type of thing when I was growing up. When the Dolph Lundgren movie came out, I dug the hell out of it. Not to give a whole lot away about the story, but, the villain was Jigsaw, which is a great main villain for Punisher.
Doing this.
Whatever.
I was like this.
It's definitely a roller coaster. Just the main plot is a business tries to get him to go along with them, and we'll fund you and do all this stuff, and then you just go off and kill bad guys, kind of thing. And he kind of basically becomes a mercenary. They're not paying him. They're just like, keep doing what you're doing, but whatever you need, whatever. Basically, they wanted him to train an army, blah blah blah, this and that. Really good book. After all these years, still enjoyed the hell out of it. Again, I can definitely see the appeal to the character for my first exposure to it. I'm gonna give it 8.5 Staples stars, whatever. An 8.5 out of 10. It really held up. It's definitely not the Max books that I've been reading lately, but good stuff.
I'd probably give it a $7.95. That's how much that is.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
$10 Canadian.
And actually, they were selling it at the comic book store, like a later print, for $5.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like, I wish I could get a graphic for $7.95.
Yeah. Especially that thick. Look at that. That's a collection. It's $5. Yeah, $5.
Yeah, that's at least a $20, trade now.
For real.
Like
That's
$14.95.
It's a $23 bill right there, I think.
Oh, Marvel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not Image books that I've been getting that have been like $11.95, $14.95.
No, the Punisher trades I was looking at today were like $22, $23, and they were less than that. Probably half of that thickness.
Yeah.
Times is tough.
Man, I want to go back in time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Punisher. Olden times.
He's got really weird eyes and like shark teeth. What do you got for us, Ooze?
So, guys, the comic books came out.
Yeah.
So, clarification, Peachy didn't have any books out.
No,
so
because he only gets Marvel books.
Right.
'Cause he's a lame-o.
Marvel books coming out regularly again. Starting next week. I'm shaking like a crack addict. in my chair.
Did somebody hit the bobble?
No, I was glad that the kid at the store showed me the list. And whatever that's coming up, it actually got me pretty pumped. I was excited. I was excited to be there with you guys getting your books.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so, I just built the anticipation.
Yes.
They're all about the comics. I'm just like, I need card supplies. I got my books. I'm like, all right, good. I'm usually the last one, and I was done with my books first. I was getting card supplies and stuff.
Right? And I didn't even buy anything, but I was looking for a while.
Technically, he was done with his books first.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have any.
But what do you got for us? I know we had a lot of similars.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I technically had 3 books this week.
Yeah.
Red Hood Outlaw number 45. Continued writing by Scotty Lobdale and art by Jason
Burt Bacharach?
Patinella.
Is it Jason? Yeah, Manila sounds right.
No, Paolo Patinella.
Paolo.
Close.
And colors by Arif Prianto.
Pionto.
And I got of course, the Philip Tan cover.
Yes. May I? After you're done there? Thank you.
So, continued story, there's the bad guys from Jason's past that are possessing people and stuff, and they're fighting them, and there's a bunch of action, and, yeah, great art. It's not my pick of the week.
Oh, okay.
But Artemis and Bizarro are back, and that's all that really matters, honestly.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
It's been forever.
Yeah. And I feel like they're underutilized right now, but it's okay.
Does Bizarro still have a beard?
Yes.
I'm like, he could have used them at that time.
Yeah.
I also had Deceased Unkillables, number 3, which is the last book in the series, continued writing by Tom Taylor, art by Carl Monstert, colors by Trevor Scott.
Rex Locus.
What?
Yes.
This is very confusing then. I'm just reading the front of the book.
I apologize, just real quick.
Good.
Stephen Grant was the author of my book. Mike Zeck and John Beatty did the art. So I apologize.
Penciled by Carl Monstert, inked by Trevor Scott, Neil Edwards, and Carl Monstert, and colors by Rex Locus.
Oh,
That's
so
what it is.
Trevor Scott's the tracer. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Don't.
No,
Don't.
Got blackballed by everyone.
No.
I'm just kidding.
No.
Never going to be able to record a podcast ever again.
Kevin Smith did it.
I also had, Sudan and I shared the Deceased Unkillables number 3. We also had Buffy the Vampire Slayer number 14.
Nice.
Finally. Continued writing by Jordie Bellaire. Art by Julia Lopez. Colors by
Raldi Dangulo.
D'Angelo?
Dangulo.
Raldi.
Angulo.
Okay. Illustrated by Julian Lopez and Moises Hidalgo. And colored by Raul Angiulio with Francesco Segula.
I was running out of pencil.
This felt like one of like the side episodes, like the not
Filler episode.
Filler episodes. The art was really good. I felt so that I got all 3 covers. So I got the let's see here, 3 covers, 4 covers, 4 covers. I got 4 covers.
Yeah.
I didn't see a 5th one. Got the Ring of Fire variant, the main cover, the old Buffy cover. She's all old.
Oh, right. I saw that one.
Salvage cover, and that's it. Oh, there was only 3.
Oh, I thought you got 4.
Me too, but I got 3.
I really dug the regular cover.
Yeah, so the regular cover has the first page technically on it, like the panels of the first page, but it's all Buffy being dragged to hell, drag me to hell style.
Oh, nice.
Covering it, and then if you open the first page, it's the actual, like, what the beginning of that conversation
That's
was.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I liked it. The art improved quite a bit, I feel, in this book compared to what we were looking at in the last few Buffy books.
Yeah, that's one of the things that lost me off the book to start with, and you guys were like, it's consistent, it keeps happening.
Which I'm glad it stopped.
Yeah, no, that looks very, very much better.
So that was that book, and my pick of the week is Deceased Unkillables number 3. Because so much happened.
Good cover on that one too. I like that one.
Yeah, I got the movie variant cover by.
The back of the book really kind of describes it pretty well.
Prepare for a bloody battle. The Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge.
Oh, come on back.
The cover was by Tessia M.S. The one that I got. Did you get we both got the movie cover variant.
It's like the Suicide Squad.
Is it? Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's
Or
really
no.
looks a lot like it, but no. Yeah, I think that is.
I can't tell.
I think you're right. Yes, sure.
It's either that or it's going to be the Emancipation one.
I don't know. I tried to look it up and there were no answers, so.
I think the background's pretty cool. They could have gone with like a silver, kind of make it shiny. Yep. That's pretty cool though. I like it.
So last we left off at this book, Bane got infected. That was a whole thing. And there was an orphanage with kids, and they were training the kids on how to fight so they could survive. And
Right.
Commissioner Gordon was there, and Deathstroke, and Jason Todd, and Cheetah, and Captain Cold, and Solomon Grundy, and Creeper, and I feel like I'm missing someone.
I'm not.
Cassandra Cain, and Lady Shiva, and I still feel like I'm forgetting someone.
Wow, a whole freaking.
Rose, right? Slade's daughter, Rose.
Oh, right.
Jason's little girlfriend there.
Rose Wilson. So Bane's all trying to, kill all the kids and stuff, and Solomon Grundy's like, nah, bro, you ain't killing the kids, and then almost dies because there's other anti-living people out there, attacking him and whatever, and then Creeper goes out and saves him because tree lobsters gotta stick together. Oh, because that was from the first book. It was great. It was great art and great story, and the Commissioner Gordon and Slade are referred to as the kids' two dads.
The two dads.
But the part that... there are so many parts that I liked. Let's just see. Who dies? Who dies? Deathstroke dies.
Oh.
Lady Shiva dies.
Oh.
Creeper dies.
Cassandra?
Solomon Grundy dies. Cassandra dies? No, Cassandra doesn't die.
Batgirl.
Lady Shiva dies. Cheetah dies. There.
Solomon.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Not listening.
Obviously.
I'm trying to think of him in my head. Bearmaster.
Well, yes, Smear Master does die, finally.
Be my guest.
Because, he got unlived and was killing all of the kids through the windows of the bus because they were escaping. But...
Cheetah.
I said cheetah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
and Slade tells Jason, like, I like you, my daughter can see the future, don't mess this up or she'll kill you.
Oh.
And I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
Solid advice. The point is that Wonder Woman is an anti-life zombie, and she starts wrecking everything, basically, and starts killing everyone, and then all of those people that I just said die.
I like that
Because
cover
Wonder
that
Woman.
had her on there. That was a cool cover, too.
And Jason, yeah.
I was hoping Cheetah would have had a better chance.
Oh, yeah, that was Jason.
She did really well by herself for 2 seconds, and then Solomon and Creeper came in and helped for a minute.
I don't remember seeing Creeper die, but I know he did.
He got his head torn off by Wonder Woman.
She brutalized them.
Yeah.
It was cool seeing villains being
Literally
good guys.
tearing
Yes.
people in half.
Yes, so the point is that the villains end up being the saviors, and they end up going back to Gotham, and we talked about how in Deceased, Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn made an oasis in Gotham that is just a giant forest, and Justice League Dark is, like, the majority of Justice League Dark is there, so, like, John Constantine and Zatanna and Dr. Fate, and Dr. Fate's alive, and that made me really happy, even though he's a jerk. But Gotham's magically protected, and everything's great, and that's right. Who actually ends up saving everyone, because all of the villains end up dying fairly quickly, who actually saves everyone is Mary from the Shazam family.
Holy shit.
She's just been chilling with the kids the entire time.
Oh,
Because
nice.
she didn't want to get infected
Huh.
and then turn evil.
Right.
And then be unstoppable, basically.
Right.
So she waited to the last second to actually be like, yep, Shazam, and then save everyone, and
That's
that was
cool.
a great time. And they had a happy ending, and then there's like a statue of all the villains who died, who helped out the kids and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
And it
Very
was a
DC.
happy ending, which I was not expecting.
Very not DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the whole statue thing for sure. That reminded me of, like, everything DC. There's always a statue of, like,
Yeah. Superman,
Green
the
Lantern, the Flash, or
all of the
freaking-
Flashes.
The heroes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's great though. I love that actually. In was it Justice League, where they had built the whole statue thing to the Superman or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool.
The C series is cool.
Yeah, it sounds friggin' awesome. And
Yeah.
you guys with your freaking DC books that I don't pick up, that I'm like, why didn't I pick that up?
Right.
Because money.
Murder. I thought you were gonna say for
Because
something.
murder.
What you have this week,
Dylan
Sudan?
Savior's family tree lobsters, by the way,
Oh.
is what the statue says.
Yeah.
And, yep. That was pretty much it. I was just happy that I was honestly expecting everyone, including Jason Todd, to die, because that's
Right.
just how these books seem to work.
Right.
I was not expecting a happy ending, which, I mean, there's still Dead Planet coming out, right? That's what it's called?
Wonder Woman's gonna find a way in.
Yeah, I'm sure. Even though it's magically protected by Dr. Fate and Zatanna and John Constantine.
Huh.
I'm like, something's gonna
Fun.
I don't want it to. Everyone's
Go
okay.
Because no one ever protects the bottom.
But it's poison ivy. All of the plants come from the bottom.
Right.
They come from the ground.
I'm just like imagining like the green getting overly infected and it affecting her.
But it's magically protected by Dr. Fate, Zatanna, and John Constantine.
Yeah.
And they never have to leave because they can make food from the green. Everything's gonna be fine. Jason won't die unless it's of old age.
Yeah, right. He doesn't die. He multiply.
Alright.
Anyways, Sudan, what did you have this week?
I had the same books and she just kind of went over them.
Sorry.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't talk all about Buffy.
Nice.
And we had Deceased Unkillables number 3, which got an 8 out of 10 for me. And it was fun. It was fun to watch Deathstroke get obliterated.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I was expecting a little bit more, but kicking ass before he got
I
obliterated.
forgot to mention that Lady Shiva got infected, is how she died, and right before the infection takes toll on her, she tears out her own heart, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's what's great about, like, when they did zombies in Marvel, you know, and this kind of storyline where they can just kind of go crazy with the characters and let them, you know, this is a ravenous zombie now, or whatever. This is a freaking, you know, superhero bent on just tearing stuff up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
But their hero unleash.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that one was a book. It was pretty good. I also had Buffy number 14 as well. The written and writing by those peoples.
Yeah.
I had gotten the Justice League, didn't read it because I didn't want to.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But then I also had Deceased, Hope at World's End number 1. That one also written by Tom Taylor, art by Dustin Nigel, color by Rex Lucas, and cover by Ben Oliver. It is a digital exclusive comic.
I didn't see this book.
That is, apparently they're side storying it, which doesn't mean necessarily it's a winner, but that is the cover, even though it's kind of a lackluster cover.
Is it ever going to see a paper release, or?
As far as I know, it's just digital, but I don't know. I just looked it up, and I was because right after we left the comic store, I got a notification like, "This is out." I'm like, "All right, I guess so." 99 cents, whatever.
Right.
Basically, it just kind of, and it's good because it's telling the story of what's been happening from Jimmy Olsen's perspective.
No!
And Jimmy it's about him, and he's documenting all of the heroes as they go through this event, and so they pop to the future. He was there when Perry goes zombie, and Superman, he's in the room with Superman, rips everybody, and Superman's like, "Why didn't you use your signal?" And he's like, well, you have more important things to do, blah, blah, blah. It was pretty good, very quick, but Jimmy just kind of treated it like a journalist. He's just taking pictures of these people, and then eventually he's kind of like, we need to document what's going on with the heroes that are surviving, and there's mention of what happened with those guys, the Unkillables, there's mention of what happened with Superman and all of them. And
so you know what I actually care about, right? You're going to tell me, right?
What happens to Jimmy?
Yeah.
I will let you know when the series continues in the next issue next month.
Oh, so is that going to be exclusive digital?
It says Prelude to the Anti-Life War. And it has a nice little picture of, looks like Black Manta, and then Captain Atom, and a bunch of other villainous and other kind of heroes. Looks like there's a war coming. So, we'll see what happens.
Interesting.
I'm curious. I'm more curious about what's coming than... It was interesting to see Jimmy's side of it. But my pick of the week, though, was Buffy, actually.
Oh.
I really dug the transition between... I was hoping I was going to mention that, but the flip-in from the page was super cool, because it was like, oh, wow. I had to look at it a couple times. Like, did that just happen?
Mm-hmm. They made it look like it's just kind of burned. It's like burned a quarter up the page, and you can see the top page. They did a good job. It's pretty neat.
Yeah, check it out.
I like this cover more than I liked. I also liked the scribble cover or whatever that one was.
The
but
Ring of Fire variant.
The black one. That
the
was
old
cool
Buffy
too.
cover
For sure.
did nothing for me. It just creeped me out.
It looks like I can't remember what episode it's from, but I know that it's Giles and Buffy sitting at the library with a stake in the middle of the table. I can't remember which episode it's from. We gotta rewatch Buffy.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we need to... Oh, no, we're done with...
We are not done with Smallville.
Are we not?
No.
Oh, okay.
We have, like, at least a season and a half left.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
We
So
haven't
Buffy.
started season 10 yet. Sorry.
Yes, this is my pick of the week because, well, the art incredibly improved.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, the artist got, like, everything from Giles's, different, like, mannerisms, the way he does things, the way he stood, and the way Buffy reacted, and I liked it. It did feel like more of a inclusive episode, kind of left you, like, what's going on, but you kind of know what's going on, but then you kind of like, oh, who's dead, who's alive still?
Yeah.
That whole leaving you kind of,
Nice.
kind of hanging, kind of that carrot ahead of you. So it's interesting. They have the nice dynamic between Kendra and Buffy. It's kind of a little bit similar to like Faith, but Kendra's not as over the top as Faith was.
Right, like,
as
I'm
far
going
as
to
we
kill a
know.
human.
Right.
Not yet. We'll
Well,
see.
I mean, it's the same dynamic that Buffy and Kendra had in the short amount of time that Kendra was in the series.
Right,
She
true
just
that.
was killed so quickly that we didn't get a whole lot of what's going on in the comic.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm curious to see what they do with it going forward. But yeah, that was my
That's
pick
awesome.
of the week. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Nice.
Damn. Nice.
That's the highest rating you've given Buffy, like, since we started it.
I believe
Improve the
that's-
art, then
Yeah.
it's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, damn.
But yeah, that's it for the reviews.
Yeah,
It happened.
for sure. It did it.
Cool.
You guys.
Just like on.
No, you guys now, especially that distribution's back up and comic book stores, your local businesses are open again. Go out and grab these comics. Look at that. Look at that issue of Buffy. Man,
Hold it with your eyes.
that is such a cool cover. I really dig it. Go out, get these books. I heard a conversation with the cashier and a customer earlier talking about, the comparison between digitals and the need to physically hold the comic. And although I do read, for the most part, exclusively digitals, I do need to hold the comic in my hand. I highly recommend it.
Yes.
Get out there
Who
and
that
do it.
customer was.
Or the cashier. I wasn't there for that at all. Yeah, but if you don't know where your local comic book store is, go to comicbookstorelocator.com to figure out where that is. Haven't done this in a while, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Comics. Find where your local comic book store is.
Support local communities.
Comicbookstorelocator.com. I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, like what happened?
I don't
Okay. Yeah, check out all the social medias, Staple Together Podcast or Pod on Instagram, Peachy Keen 76 on Instagram, Sudan Lives on Instagram and Twitter.
Sudan Segment on the YouTube. He's doing magic cards now. And some Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, never mind.
I just bought Magic cards. I haven't done any on the channel. I'm not doing
Did
it.
you
I said Magikarp.
Magic cards.
Check out Sudan Segment on YouTube for sure if you get your Pokemon fix. He has a lot of fun on there and people really like it, so check it out.
Yeah.
What do you have this next week for books? Because there are new books, Peachy.
There are new books for next week.
That's so exciting. I saw the list earlier today. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, only 3 books that I have out, but I was so...
It's still, I mean,
Bless you.
thank you.
You just gave my cat Coronas.
Yeah, I mean, that's, like, it's supposed to be the average, is like 3 books a week.
That works for me.
It got a little out of hand there for you at the end there. But
Yeah, definitely.
7 books.
Yeah. So yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, Sudan and I share this title, Amazing Spider-Man number 43. will be out next week, as well as Marauders and X-Title number 10. And I think I might also be picking up Dr. Aphra number 1. I was informed that she may be making an appearance in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I did start off the original series and picked up some of those books, so I'll see what she's getting into now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What you got?
I'm so excited. Because I have Flash number 753 next week.
Nice.
And Lois Lane number 10.
Nice.
I'm so excited.
It's an ongoing, right?
Lois Lane?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it's a 12 issue. Damn.
How dare you bring that up?
I apologize.
I'm sad now.
I'm sorry.
I've just been waiting for it for so long. I was excited. And
Yeah.
Flash, because it left with a cliffhanger, so.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, those are. I only have 2 books next week. What do you have?
I have the Amazing Spider-Man, Aquaman, He-Man, and Justice League, and Power Rangers, and Dr. Aphra.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
Back up to your old shenanigans.
For real.
6 books.
If you don't wind up talking about Masters, let me know. What's up? I was really interested in that. Well, no, you know, I might still pick it up, actually.
I'm probably going to talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool,
because you
too.
talked.
It's the last book.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
for sure, for
talked
sure.
about the first 5 books.
Yeah.
You gotta talk about
Yeah.
the last book.
Yeah, that sounded pretty dang great. I'm going to have to pick it up on my free time.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Splendid.
yeah, the Power Rangers is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
Alright, well, that's it for us.
Yeah, for sure. You guys stay safe. Take care of each other. Be good.
How do we close?
Hey, Ooze, do you have a quote for this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do!
Hey, well, you were worried earlier. I don't know. You said that was a problem.
Oh, yeah, because I didn't have one.
We didn't
I
tell
have
you.
one now.
Well, we didn't
That
tell
was like
you.
2 hours ago.
But do you have a quote from us?
No, do you have a quote? You have a quote, but we have a stipulation that was added to this while you were upstairs that you have to do it in the Jean Jones voice.
Absolutely not.
It's the 70th episode.
My family is dead.
My cat is asleep.
We're on now.
The quote is, "We are here to laugh at the odds and live our lives so well that death will tremble to take us."
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's a quote.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. Dormammu, come to bargain. Do you have a quote from us?
Yeah, Power Rangers is gonna be really good. Nice.
It's funny, the short-term spin.
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
went
think of
further
anything.
than I usually do, so.
I was going to say, and I had no bearing on it. I'm like, oh, the quote from us, because I didn't have a quote, was, "Be my guest."
I don't think I said that.
I think I might have said it at random at one point. Take the urine to the test.
Be my guest, take the urine to the test.
I am clean now. I am pure. I haven't taken drugs no more.
No less. Or less.
Yes.
Have you listen next time, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
Later.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
And Jack.
Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this, connect with us on social media, and of course like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Music is brought to you by Kevin MacLeod. Find more of his music by visiting infantfetch.com or clicking on the link in the description. If you want to listen to more, find us on anchor.fm, our website unstapletogetherpod.wixsite.com, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts.